So I was up super early. I tried to go to bed at a reasonable time. I think it was like 11, 11:30. Tossed and turned and finally fell asleep, but woke up numerous times over the night and eventually just dragged myself out of bed at around 6:45, 7 a.m. And I should have just gone to work out, but I just didn't. Um, I'm still trying to heal from a small injury, just a tendonitis injury from my sprints on Saturday. I really don't know if I can call it an injury, just I don't know. I just know that if I keep putting pressure on this tendon, this Achilles tendon, it's not going to heal quickly. And I don't know. I just did not feel like going out there dealing with the morning traffic and going to Whole Foods and spending what will likely be about $30 just for chocolate milk, regular milk, um, a box of spinach, and uh, I need to buy. I actually need to buy food. I thought I cooked enough food to last me at least towards the end of the week, but I think I have one more meal from the ground beef and mashed potatoes I made. I can squeeze in one more meal. So I guess today is going to be another um, oatmeal, apple, peanut butter, and water smoothie. But this afternoon I'm going to go work out and then I'm going to go to the store and grab some of these things. Um, but I hate Miami traffic, man. It's so annoying. It's like my client is in Aventura, and Aventura from where I am now is about 12 miles. 12 miles. It takes often, uh, although last Friday I have to admit, I got there very quickly. It was only a half an hour. I was shocked. I was confused why it was so quick. There was barely that much traffic, but generally speaking, it would take me about an hour to maybe an hour and 15, maybe 90 minutes to get there. 12 miles, because the entire trip you're just sitting in traffic. So sometimes I just dread. I love driving. Don't get me wrong. I love my car. I love driving. But you're not really driving in Miami. You're just slowly going through traffic, avoiding all the potholes and crappy roads that's on the beach, all along the beach from Miami all up north. Um, Pedestrians just walking out in front of your car, and also other idiots shifting lanes trying to hit you. It's just stressful. So I don't know. And I'm also irritated because, as you can see here, look at this rally. Remember what I said? I've said this many times. The market, from my experience, is usually just chop when the market opens. When the market is closed, that's when the big moves happen. And there we go, big moves. But something else I just realized when I looked at my iPhone last night, and again, I have expressed my disdain, my loathing of Thinkorswim many times. And the problem with this app is it's too, what's the word I'm looking for? It reminds me of iTunes. There was a time back in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, when Apple was growing in popularity. iTunes was simple, clean, efficient music format, a music platform. I liked iTunes, but then iTunes kept getting more and more complicated, adding more and more features to the point where it was just useless and nobody liked it. Nobody wanted to use it. I find a similar problem with Thinkorswim. I wish they created like a Thinkorswim Lite, where if you only want to look at a few stocks, a few options, whatever, you know what I mean. This is just too much. It's just too much BS to me. And one of the things that annoys me, as I've explained on here many times, is you can look at a chart. It could be the same time frame. You can even have log scale on both of them, but yet the chart looks different on one as opposed to the other. And I guess it's the studies that I'm using or whatever, whatever. And there's just no consistency. There's too many variables. That's the problem. There's way too many variables. And I looked at, I don't know if I can show it here. I'm trying to open Thinkorswim on my iPad, and I'm trying to pull up ES. Of course, it doesn't. Hold on, hold on. That's because I have. All right. There we go. I think that's it. There we go. I don't think this is gonna show very good on the on the computer. I'm gonna do my best to try not to touch anything because it's basically all a screen. There's no bezel for me to grab onto, so I can not mess up the screen. Jesus Christ. Um, so I don't know if you can see this, but you can see where ES bounced at sorry. One of the things I despise about Apple products is this bare naked crap right here. If you want to buy um, a case that's actually durable, that won't let this fragile thing crack and break apart, you gotta buy it separately. Apple doesn't sell it with it. But if you can see here, yesterday's bounce, there's a purple trend line where it bounced just at that purple trend line. And I don't know if it shows clearly here. However, piece of garbage Apple products. If I go to ES on the desktop, no purple trend line. Where is it? Well, let me go to the very same, I'll use the very same time frame I was using on the iPad, the 5:15. Once again, this purple trend line is way down here. Why is it way down here? Okay, let's do the whole stupid log scale. Oh, we turn log scale off, it goes even lower. So this is what I'm saying. I despise Thinkorswim. I really do. I despise this app because it's different everywhere. So, and I noticed this was an issue for me before, and that's why I bought this iPad. But sometimes I forget to turn it on and put it on Thinkorswim because obviously to keep it running going the entire market, I've got to have it plugged in. But again, I don't know if it showed on the video, but it it was a clear, clean bounce at on the iPad. At least it shows this trend line. It just came just below this trend line, bounced at this support, and this blue line or purple line was exactly there. So it looked like a confluence of 1, 2, 3, 4 different things, and plus Adam Mancini's level, and plus the VIX formed a supply and fell. That would have prompted me to take that trade more so than just this. If I zoom in here, this to me was just Adam Mancini's level, and it formed a demand zone, and it retested, but I didn't take it. This probably should have been enough for me to take this trade, really. I forget why I didn't take this though. I wonder if this is when I had that call and that guy. It's funny. I work for a law firm, but I'm not an attorney. And the strange thing is, when you tell some of these humans, hey, like for example, if I was a receptionist working at a doctor's office, and you walk up to me and you keep telling me about this rash and how this rash occurred and how it, does this and what medications you've tried. If I look at you and I say, listen, my job is to write down the appointments and jot down notes and, whatever. But you keep asking me what creams you should use or what you can do for this rash, and I tell you I'm not a doctor and I can't give you any advice, and yet you still keep talking. Something's wrong with you, in my opinion. So, I'm stuck on the phone with this guy that keeps complaining about this legal matter, and I'm telling him I can't give you any advice on this legal matter, but he'll still keep talking anyways. Yep, yep. It was around that time, but not exactly because this was at 2 o'clock, so it was really more like around this time that he called me on the retest. Yeah, it was exactly here on the retest, and I wasn't paying attention, but I was also busy with work yesterday. I don't want to make excuses, but I mean, this is the reality. It's hard for me to concentrate on this and my work and talk on the phone with someone and have to be careful with what I say and be patient because patience with humans is not my forte. I don't have patience for them. The the stupidity, the inconsiderate nature. Look at the roommate I just had. And I remember I was talking to somebody about her, and the person was like, "Wait, did you paid for her groceries, and she ate your food, and you drove her to work and picked her up from work? Did she ever say thank you?" And I realized, no, I don't think she ever. The words thank you or please never came from her mouth. Anyways, sorry. Let's go back to this. So as you can see, I zoom out to a 515, or let's go to, yeah, 515. The bull flag that I found, we've broken out of it, and now we're rallying. The next level was supposed to be 4,000, and we got to that just before the market close, or just after market close. It looks like, no, whatever. We got to it at some point, and 4040 was the resistance. We got there now, and I honestly considered at some point yesterday taking a swing, but swings are so risky, and it would require me to use a large portion of my account, and I would hate myself if I took a swing only to find that it this thing, because here's the thing, it could potentially have gotten here, let's say around 3 in the morning. It's reached its target, now it's cooling off, and it can fall back down. And I don't, well, from this much of a rally, it probably wouldn't fall all the way back down to where it was yesterday. But if it came down to say here, then I could have potentially, depending on what strike I used, lost money, even though it didn't go back down to where it was. Anyways, it looks to me now that 4031 or whatever 4030 is now support. I haven't read Adam Mancini's morning tweet yet, but I'm gonna guess that this is first support, and this is a must-hold support now that we've broken through. If we break below here, chances are we'll fall back to 4,000. Maybe 4008, I don't know. I think I might get rid of, no, I think I'll keep the 4008. And I might keep the 4006. This might be a support cluster that needs to hold. No, but I think really 4,000 is the last ditch spot. Bulls want to hold that now. Let's go ahead and read Adam Mancini's tweet then. Buy dips remain theme in ES. Yesterday 3983 was support, and I posted 4,000 likely to reclaim to push back up. Classic trap, and we sold to 3981. Reclaimed 4K and squeezed to 438 resistance. Plan today 402527 equals support. As long as it holds 4055, 4070 next. 4025 fails, 4010, 3995 retest first. I'm just reading comments to see if he replied to anyone, and it's something that I might need to look at, but nothing. Well, if you're a futures trader and you're following Adam Mancini and you took this trade yesterday, and maybe you scaled out some at 4,000 right before the market closed and held a runner and sold your runner at 4038, you're good to go. You're good to go. Maybe if Adam Mancini, I wonder if he sold all of his positions, but I would guess he might retry to take a different position if we bounce to 425 and then reclaim 430, or if we sell back down to 410 I'm gonna scooch this up a little bit. I think that's because 410 or close to 410 was resistance yesterday. I think that was the high of the day before the market closed. And then at some point it was, no, it didn't become support at any point. But it does mean that it's a possible support that has not yet been tested, I guess. In any case, after this rally, it's very likely that we may just chop sideways today. I don't know. It just so vexes me that most of these rallies or drops happen when the market's not even open. Now, as for me, my plan, I'm gonna need this to pull back. I have to, this has to pull back for me. Um, to take this trade. After this run, I just don't feel comfortable taking this long. So maybe a pullback to 425. I could have swore, I would love to replay the video, that when I clicked to create an alert, and I don't know why I have to go over and click single again, so it's just a unnecessary step. I could have swore I changed this to below. I thought I did, but maybe the mouse just didn't work. I mean, I really shouldn't have to A, click single, and B, tell it to click the do below. I mean, the algorithm, the program should be set up so that it knows if the price is above the alert or below the alert. So if the price is down here, right, and I put an alert above it, guess what? I want to know if the price gets above it because the price is already below it. I know it's below it. If the price is above and I set an alert, I want to know if the price gets below the alert because the price is above the alert. But it's just simple things like this on Thinkorswim that is just so asinine, and it's why I just don't like this app. It's so this is ridiculous. The people who made this need to revamp this whole thing, man. But I'm sure there's others out there that love this app and think it's great. And I really don't know what else to use. I know there's some really good ones out there for futures. But again, I'm broke. I can't trade futures. Wish I could. Really wish I could. Oh, so let's look at VIX. Yep, so check this out. We're already way down here. Oh, is this the 515? Okay, yeah. Wow. This is probably the lowest the VIX has been in a while. I'm gonna zoom out to a 6 month. Yeah, 17 is the lowest. So we're a couple points away from its lowest point. I think I'll get rid of this now. This makes me even more reluctant to trade. I'm gonna need VIX to pull back. At the very least to this. Although I wonder if I have to adjust this 4 hour. Maybe. Maybe I have to adjust it daily. Or no. Let's drag this 4 hour down to here. And the daily, I wonder, because that might be at the next spot. Maybe better I just increase this a bit. I think that daily looks correct, but I could, I suppose, touch the wicks. I just don't like trading. Trading. I don't like doing. I like keeping it with the candles though. Yeah, I'm gonna. You know what? Let's undo that edit. Although I do wonder about a daily here. I wonder about going back to see if I can find another confluence here, but I bet I won't find anything because, yeah, if this is the lowest point, I'm really not going to find anything. Interesting head and shoulders here, but didn't quite play out. All right, so let's try another daily here. Screw this, whatever. I'm making too much effort for nothing that nothing might even happen. What is it, 4? Is that a 4? I guess. I can't tell. Oh, let's just look at this one. Yeah, it's a 4. Okay. I don't know. Either way, maybe I dragged that 4 hour down too much. Either way, I need this to pull back. Maybe to this 1 hour zone, but that's a pretty big pullback. I don't know if that's gonna happen. I mean, if this wasn't aftermarket, this breakout here would be a good time to go long, but whatever. A swing would have been wonderful. So the today's options hasn't jumped in, so this means if I took like a 399, or I could have even afforded a 398 swing yesterday before market closed. But here, forget after market closed, if I had gotten in here at the retest down here, this is what, 15.15? Yeah, 15. Well, somewhere towards the end of the market, I could have gotten here, even if it's just one option. Although knowing me, I probably would have sold here, happy to have made 30 bucks. But had I gotten in, well, I couldn't afford two options here at 398. At 399, definitely could have here at 399. I could have gotten three options here at 399 at this dip for 20, and then sold two here, maybe, before market closed for 40 bucks, and then held the last one for a swing. That would have been a little more efficient trading plan, but anyways, all right, let's see if we can find our confluences for SPY on ES. Let me maximize this one. I'm going to look at the other screen to see if I can match the levels. So this is, let me zoom out a bit. Let's just put this to 115. Nope, that's still too close. Damn it, dude. All right. Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna have to adjust this. Okay, so this is equivalent to the 4040 level. I believe this is equivalent to the 4025 level. I think I have this set, and this is going to be our main support today if it pulls back here. Next is 4010. I realized this was 4060, and I believe this is going to be 4010. Just want to make sure. That peak was at 10:15. 10:15. Okay. So I might actually just move this. All right. You know what I wish I had done when I gave that lecture to that girl and mentioned how, she conned me into buying her groceries and she just asked me to bring her to and from work and asked me to drive her all the way to Miami Gardens to pick up a dildo because that's an emergency according to her. And how when she just disappeared overnight, which I was glad for, I was able to sleep well. I didn't hear from her at all the next day, and then she just decides to show up randomly when I'm on my way to go train my client and say that she needs to get inside to get her uniform for work, which I didn't realize until much later. It was a few days ago I thought about this. She worked the day before, supposedly. So I think there's days where she leaves and says she's going to work and she doesn't actually work. She just goes out partying or whatever. But if you go to work on Friday or on Saturday and you disappear overnight and then show up at my apartment, Sunday afternoon at 4 o'clock and say you need to get inside to get your uniform for work, what did you wear for work the day before? So, yeah, I really wish I had recorded myself lecturing her, but she didn't really have much of a response to anything I had to say. It looks like this thing is bouncing though for me on ES at 4030. Um, right here. So I don't know. It's not. I have that level for a reason. It must have been a level before. But for now, I'm just going to leave it. And I want to find an equivalent on SPY, which shouldn't be hard since we're bouncing there. And I wonder what this is. I gotta zoom out and see what this trend line is for. It doesn't seem to be doing anything right now. All right, let's see what this trend line is. Oh, that sounded weird. This is the bull flag from way before. Interesting. Has it? I'm trying to see if it has had, if there's any effect that it's obviously rejected here. And well, it's the last time we touched it here. It looks like, well, in the 30 minutes, like we bounced there. Man, I haven't looked at a 1 minute in so long. I thought not doing so would be beneficial for me, but I can't say if it has or hasn't. And MK strategy, we formed a nice demand zone here, came back and retest. I wonder if he would have taken this because he uses a 10-cent order. So this one is at 83, 84. Well, here, no, 84. And this one, yep, 10-cent, perfect. He would have put his buy-in right here, gotten in on this retest with an in the money or at the money call, and probably would have rode this to the previous resistance. Maybe he would have sold here. I won't deny that I backtested it. His strategy does work. You could, in a week, get maybe 2 or 3 good trades, but the key is trying to find it, and that takes a bit of skill, and it takes luck. Because yes, you could form a clean demand zone, but does it get retested? And you have to make sure you get in on the retest. And this was a good retest right here. I mean, let's look at it in the money call. I can't look at it for yesterday, and he uses ODT. No, I can. So this bounced at 393. God, I'm talking so much, and this pre-video is already too long. And since I've been awake so long, I want to go eat. 393. 393 is here. Okay, it's very expensive because this is today's expiration, but let's see if we can go and edit to put it to yesterday's expiration. Okay, better. So let's say you saw this demand zone form here. You waited for a retest. The retest came. You got in, I don't know, here or here at 135. Let's say you were a little bit late and you didn't get filled and you got in at 140. There you go. 10 options, $1,400. You can either exit some here where you would have made, 800 bucks. Or you could have waited and then made $1,000. Well, you could have made more than $1,000 if you waited till close to the end of the market. Wow. I just saw the chart on my screen just shift down because the price is just pushing higher. We just broke through resistance, as you can see here. So, yeah, it's just rallying pre-market. And there we go. Like I said, this is what irritates me. This part, all of this, is aftermarket. This move from I'm gonna go to SPY so you can just see it more clearly. And yet the market technically closes at 15 minutes after for options, but whatever. From 395 to 399, a 4-point move when the market's not open. When the market is open, we just chop between 396 and 393. So it's a 3-point just chop in different directions. Once the market closed, suddenly the chop ends and it's just nice smooth movements. So for those of us who don't trade during the market hour, this is just annoying. Anyway, since I've been up so early, I'm gonna go. You know what? I didn't just realize, but this may be one of those days where when I go to shower, the market makes a big move. Maybe it might drop back down and then retest. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I'll put an alert here. Now I'm thinking we may retest at this trend, or here, or here. The safer bet would be to go long here. But whatever, I'll put an alert on both of them. Well, I already have an alert for 4025 here, so let me just put an alert here for a SPY. I might have to move it up a bit more because we did form, it looks like, a clean demand, even though it's pre-market. I wonder how it looks on the half hour. Oh yeah, it looks much better on the half hour, I bet. No, stop, just as sloppy. Regardless, we'll see if this works. All right. I just got out the shower and it looks like we're getting a pullback back to 4040. We just broke through it a moment ago. I suppose bulls don't want to lose that now that they've regained it. On VIX, we've pulled back to my 4-hour, but I don't know if I should adjust it back down here or not, but a rejection is likely coming. If not, if this doesn't reject, then we've got quite a big gap to fill from that rally overnight. Yeah, to me this is over. This is sort of stretched in the bullish side. The VWAP is so far down below. This really needs to pull back to 4031. I would prefer a sharp spike down and a quick recovery from 4025. And we are forming a clean supply, but I don't think that supply is going to be, although I say it, now that I say it, watch I'm wrong. I don't think this supply is going to be a major issue, but you know what? Let me go ahead and put draw it just in case. No, let me just wait till this candle closes because it just started. Well, it's about halfway done. I chose 401 right now for the strike. If it goes down even more, I might choose 400 instead. But yeah, I'm gonna need a greater pullback. Sorry, and then the VIX. I may, I don't know. I really, honestly, on VIX, I want to see it come back down here. But for that to happen, we'll have to lose all of the gains that happened overnight. I don't think that's gonna happen. Let's see if I can find something that fills in this gap. Let's use a 1030. Yeah, I have nothing. If I go back maybe 6 months in a day, might find something in here. Yeah, I think I have something here. But it's kind of hard to narrow it down. Maybe if I choose 4 hour. No, it doesn't make it any easier, but maybe here. I don't know if I can really label this a 4 hour though. I'll just leave it as it is for now. If it breaks through it, which I don't think, it looks like it's already rejecting anyways, so it looks like it's rejecting from this spot anyways and it's coming back up. And yeah, it looks like we're bouncing at 4040. Yeah, the bulls don't want this to, they don't want to lose this once they've regained it. So it looks like I won't get my pullback after all. Okay, quick update. We had a bounce at 4040, then we pushed back down, then we bounced again. However, on VIX, it's a bit more clear. We came just above the 4 hour and then rejected and dropped. The next spot on VIX, which doesn't show because Thinkorswim feels it necessary to show me this part here. So I'm gonna have to zoom out, is this daily I found down here. So still, I think it's a bit risky to go long, but I suppose if I had gone long down here at 45, and if this does start to rally eventually soon, so that theta doesn't kick in, then yeah, this would have been the spot to go long, and it's probably going to end up rallying later. So, I remember putting an alert for ES, but it was just above 4040. That's right. Why didn't that get set? Or did it? Or actually, did I put it over 40? No, I put the alert on SPY at 4040. No, 40. Come on, man, focus. Yeah, I put it for 4040 and on ES above 4025, but we never came anywhere near that. At best, we retested 4038 at best. And Adam Mancini did tweet that, I don't know if I read his tweet, but he did tweet that 4038 is now support. And we should, the thing that bothers me though is the next resistance is, oh no, actually well, 4055 is the next resistance, and as you can see, we're not that far from it. So from an options point of view, going long now is not really the best option. Taking a swing from yesterday would have been the best option. I mean, look, this is 401. Remember earlier I was talking about taking if you had taken the 393, that's if you were in the money, but obviously I couldn't afford that. So if I chose, like, I think it was, what did I pick? 397? No, that's what I picked initially, and I could have gotten one option at 397. But I think I eventually moved it to 398. No, was it? It was 399. Yeah, that's what it was. We're at 20. I could have gotten 3 of these options, probably sold 2 to make 40 bucks, just happy, and then risk that last 20. You can risk losing it all and still make profit. But here, and if this does push higher, which I don't see why it won't, Adam Mancini is usually right, this is going to reach 4055 soon. This is probably going to be worth about $210, $220. Oh well, this is a trade I can't take advantage of anymore. I'll have to wait for my next opportunity. To think that yesterday I could have gotten into the trade, but stuck on the phone with this guy who wouldn't stop talking. Oh well. Although we've had a retest of the 4038 level, I'm still reluctant to make any trades. I might regret that though, because we got back down to 45. It is possible we can push back up to 75 if we can make it to 4055 target for Adam Mancini. And I think the longer we base above 4038, if I recall, that's ES building up energy for a final charge, not final, but a charge up higher. Of course, there is the possibility, if I had taken this long, that it may not make another new high of the day, and instead make a lower high, and then fall even lower. So that's the risk by taking this long. Additionally, following my own rules with the MK strategy, we have a supply that was formed here between pre-market and aftermarket, which technically was kind of broken here, but there was no close on the 15, which I don't know if that really is a significant thing or not, but it does look like we're forming a demand here. I'm going to wait for this candle to close. We're about 4 minutes in, and it looks like this was a supply pre-market, so this will be complement, a previous resistance, now a support. So then we'll have to look for a retest to see if we can take that long. So we'll see. You know what? Just in case I get busy and I forget, I'm going to go ahead and draw although I really should be doing this on SPY. Yeah, it doesn't look the same on SPY, as you can see. We pushed a little bit higher, but nonetheless, it is clearly a demand zone forming on, and it's kind of tested already. But yeah, getting in at the very bottom, if I could have gotten in at like 40, and if this can push up to back to 75, maybe even 80, that would be nice. That'd be 100% profit on one trade. So I'm going to go ahead and put a alert. This is 44. Put the alert at 54. Actually, probably higher than that. And we'll see if this gets retested, we'll take it long. And hopefully, as long as we're above 4038, it will push higher. As far as VIX, though, we're kind of just chopping in between this level. I would like to see another bounce here, another rejection here, and then finally push through and break below this daily. I probably should put an alert here if we get below 45. You know what? No, I'm not going to be greedy. 45 is fine. But it looks like it might happen soon anyways. Maybe I should be greedy and make it 40. $42. Or maybe I should just put a buy in at 41 and hope that it might drop back down, or 40, drop back down, pick me up, and then head back up. You know what I should do also? I should put an alert on the VIX in the event we do push back up and this gets rejected. I'll go ahead and take these off now because that train has already come and gone. But again, it may not come back down anyways. We've got this demand forming. This may just pull back a little bit and just start rocketing up. Meaning my time to have gotten in was here. Oh well, if I miss out, I miss out. What can I do? Okay, well, we did not form. Oh my god. We did. Wow. This came back down and I just turned away from it thinking that it's not going to form a demand, but I don't know. This is kind of choppy. Well, one can say this is the demand and this is the retest. We're below VWAP on SPY, above VWAP on ES. We're still midway on those two levels on VIX. I can almost taste the maca powder now. My body wants that smoothie. It's gonna be nasty though. Yesterday it was this water, an apple, some blueberries, peanut butter, and oatmeal, and the maca powder. It tastes almost bitter, actually. No, actually it is bitter. Oh, what's this? Hold on, I just saw a little pattern here on VIX. Nah, I don't think. Oh, let's zoom out a little bit more. No, that's way too far out. Come on, let's try 91. Yeah. This might be something that comes up later on, but I don't see it for now. Let's see if we get a test. Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. We'll stick with it. Oh, God, there's a helicopter flying above and I can feel it pulsating, the air pressure pulsating into my ear. Or no, probably a truck downstairs. Isn't it sad that I can sense that with these headphones on and with these so-called hurricane impact windows? I can also hear the obnoxious idiot upstairs hammering away. Yesterday it was like 10:45 at night, and this a-hole kept like dropping something on the floor every 10 seconds, and I ended up recording it as well. I have the deepest loathing for that person upstairs. I don't know, man. This is just it's too. I don't have any really that many confluences. I mean, yes, we just formed what looks like maybe a demand, but it's not very clean. This is the way I like this to work is like what happened yesterday. We form a demand, it comes up, it's strong, it's a strong follow through. We have a confluence, we have a level confluence, and then we get a retest. This should have been traded yesterday. This not so much. And let me say that yesterday we also had the confluence unfixed. I may have or probably should have adjusted this a little bit closer, but we're close enough to a level and we're rejecting off of it and creating a new supply. So yeah, market giveth and I didn't taketh. But this so far is looking not so great. I'm gonna go make my nasty smoothie. Okay, so this obviously failed. And again, I don't like this as a good looking demand candle. This was weak and there's no follow through obviously. In fact, if if I use the old supply and demand system that I learned from Carmine Rosito's strategy, this would be what's called a drop base drop. The wicks are a bit too much, but this technically is a new supply zone, which I might actually just for the hell of it change it. So bullets have lost 4038, which means we should be on our way down to 4030, which we're at right now. This is 4030, and after that is 4025 just below. And this one is 4025, which makes one think perhaps the wiser course of action for a quick profit would have been to take a put this morning after this demand. One day I'll get it. This supply had been formed, but again, these long wicks make me think this supply wasn't very strong. But nonetheless, like I said, it did close. I said that I didn't think it was a significant thing. Apparently I was wrong. The fact that the candle closed under the supply probably should have been taken as a bearish indication, and then this would be a good retest of that. So let's look at it. Let's play with it for a bit. That didn't sound right. Let's use an in the money or at the money put. So yeah, puts are just odd though. They just the way they work. So this candle started at 10:30. 10:30. Yeah, that wouldn't have been much of a a trade. What's odd is this wick up here. This is 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock should be the low, but it's not. The low is the very first candle. 10 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Look at this. That makes no sense whatsoever. No sense. And it's an at the money put. I just don't get it. Maybe it has something to do with the fact that we rallied so hard overnight and maybe implied volatility, which I admit I don't fully understand, might have some effect here, some sway. Let's try looking at it in the money. Okay, in the money makes more sense. 10 o'clock, that was that spike. So if you got in $100 here, you could have sold for about maybe 60 something here. Anyways, it looks like we're starting to bounce at the 4030 level. If this can get up a little bit higher, we may be able to create a demand here. Oh, I chugged most of the smoothie, but man. I should realize also that this smoothie is very, very low on the protein that I normally have because normally my smoothie has milk. And this is milk has far more protein than water. And that trash ghetto girl stole my protein powder. So I don't have any protein powder, which normally I would use in my smoothie, which is like an extra 15 grams of okay, what signal just went off? Oh, the VIX. Okay, so I did get what I wanted. The market is giving me what I'm asking for. We're returning back to this level here on VIX. Okay, so here's what I would like to see. I would like to see a supply form like this one for the VIX, confluent to one of Adam and Sini's levels, confluent to a demand being formed here on SPY and an ES, confluent to a trend level. This is the top of the bull flag. A bull flag from a long time ago. Sorry, I'm just reading something for work. I may have a couple of projects I got to start working on. Yeah, I guess all I can do now is just wait and see if all these confluences come together for me. I want to take another look at the VIX though, that line I created. It's showing up on my chart on my other screen, but it's not showing up here. And again, they're both, let's see if I have log scale. I have log scale on that one. I have log scale on this one. So again, it must be some study or something that I have that's different. But it looks like it's rejecting off that trend that I created. Let me just zoom out again. Which doesn't make sense. Oh my God. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna bring the other chart over here. So see, that trend now is here. Okay, now it's not there anymore. Oh man. Okay, at 10:30 it's there. And it looks like it's actually bouncing from the trend here. But when I go to a 15, now the trend's gone. It was there when I had this on the other screen. Maybe it's only there for a 5:15. Okay, so on a 5-day 50-minute candle, it'll show. But on a 1-day 50-minute candle, it doesn't show. Man, I don't know. All right. So we are getting what looks like our rejection here at the 4-hour for now. Yeah, I just need to wait and see what happens. I know, I'm sorry I'm making a lot of updates, but it's sort of a quickly, well, maybe not quickly, but it's a little volatile. No, I don't know. It's just I need to make these updates, I feel. Okay, we just started a new candle. It looks like this is going to be a very clean, strong demand zone. Let me remove this one that, oh wait, that I think, you know what? No, I'm going to remove this one. I know it's still early, but the reaction is pretty good, so we're going to go ahead and put the level here. Now, this is the 400 strike, so if we can get up to here, this will be pretty good. I'm almost wishing I would have just gotten in a couple minutes ago, but I need to try and just stick with my plan. Wait for a demand to be formed, wait for it to be retested. If it doesn't get retested, so be it. Just let it run. And now let's look at fix. Supply being formed. Very clear supply. Um, Hold on, let me back up a little bit. Didn't I draw? Yeah. I was hoping we might make it back up to here, but um, so be it if we don't. And ES shouldn't be any different. Yeah, so we're bouncing right above that 4030 support that I had yesterday. What worries me though is that Adamantine didn't mention this, but he definitely doesn't mention all of his levels on Twitter because by nature of Twitter, he's limited in the amount of characters he can use, which kind of annoys me, really. I'm not a fan of Twitter. So, in fact, if I own Twitter, if I was an account like Adam Mancini's, I would increase the amount of because to me his account is important. It's an informative account, like a news account, even though you can't really trust most of the news outlets. Um, or something like that should have more characters. They should be allowed to use more characters. But if you're just some Joe Schmo that posts stupid stuff every now and then, yeah, please limit them and what characters they can put. You know what? That gives me an idea for Instagram. It would be nice if certain people would be limited in how many posts they can post in a day or in a week, especially the ones that post toxic stuff. But I guess it's an issue of freedom of speech. Anyways, I'm so sorry. I'm going off on a big tangent. Clearly, I'm exhausted. Let's hope that this does form into a clean demand. Um, I won't. I'm not gonna put it on. You know what? I will. I will. The moment I say not to do something and show any laziness, it'll come back to bite me. Everything in life, every procrastination. Like I last week, no, the week before last week, I should have gone back to the police station and reported um more things that this girl had stolen. I should have. And the officer had asked for a picture, and I didn't have a picture of the girl at the time, not a clear one. And I forgot that I did get one from her WhatsApp previously, and I sent it to my neighbor who likes women like her. And I was hoping that I can maybe dump her on him because she was such a problematic person. I had so many red flags from her. But I procrastinated. Every time I procrastinate, it comes back to bite me in the butt, no matter what it is, whether it's school, chores, fitness. So, not going to procrastinate here. All right, so if we do get a retest, this is 81. We want the retest to be at 91, so let's put an alert around here. And yeah, we're 8 minutes in. Let's see what happens. But yeah, so far this is proving to be a clean looking demand forming. I just really hope it comes back down and lets me get a retest. And then after that, I really hope it starts to rally. Okay, so clean demand had been formed. Could this be the pullback? I don't know. Um, I actually was just thinking about putting my buy in at like 50 and seeing what happens. Um, it looks like that might have been the pullback. It didn't quite make it all the way to where I would have liked. But then again, I'm doing 10 cents, which is what uh, MK does for his 5 minute. I forgot that I told myself if I'm doing 10 minute, I'll do 20 cents. So I just had my pullback and missed out on it. So you know what? Let's see if I can get back in at possibly 55. Looks like no. I should have chose 56. I'm getting greedy over $1. Screw it. We're gonna go in at 58. or we're gonna miss out on that as well. Okay. Watch it now go down to 50. You saw it peak down to 54? Well, now let's see what happens. As far as targets go, 4040, 4038 is still a resistance, which is what worries me. Um, we need to get past that to continue up higher, and I don't know if that's going to happen because we just bounced at VWAP on ES, but we still have VWAP as a resistance on SPY, and we have the 4040 resistance on ES. That's going to be tough to get through. Had I gotten in at 50 or 49, looks like it got as low as 49, I could have exited at 65 or 70. I don't know if it'll make it there. Probably might make it to 70. I don't know. And then just said, hey, that's a $15, $20 profit. I'm not going to complain. I'll take it. But I'm in at 58. I should change my rule from a 10-minute instead of 81. 13901 would have been the 20-cent range. That's where I would have gotten in, or should have gotten in. You know, every time bulls get to 4038, it gets pushed back down. So this is going to be the problem. They're going to need to try and get past that point. And here's the thing, because we're so close to a resistance, unfortunately, I don't really have the luxury of a tight stop loss. So this may end up being a losing trade. The question is, how much room should I give it? If I put the stop loss down here, below this point, which is probably going to be like around 48 maybe, I mean 38. So I have to risk a $20 loss to give this enough room to operate. All I can do now is just hope that the bulls can break past the 4040 resistance. Granted, if Adam Mancini was Adam Mancini, if he was doing options, he wouldn't be using ODTE at all. There's no way. He would be using Friday's expiration at minimum. And I can tell you right now, there's no way I can forward Friday's expiration. Definitely not at any strike price that's within at least 3 points. I don't want to put it on now. Well, you know what? I guess I could just show. I'm using the 400 strike. So let's go to Friday and see what the 400 strike costs. That's just tomorrow. Tomorrow is $144. That's tomorrow. Friday, the 400 strike, you see, $200 is what I would have to be using. I'm a bit upset at myself because I was thinking about getting back in, but it didn't occur to me that we have the resistance so close to this spot. And now my worry is the longer it takes for bulls to break past the 4040 spot, the longer it takes for them to get above this spot, the more likely this thing is going to fall. And then if it does fall, it's going to fall to 4025. So I may have to put a tighter stop loss because the risk of this thing breaking down is so high. All right, so we'll try a $10. The irony, of course, is if I had gotten in here at the pullback, if I chose wisely and gotten in at 48, I could have sold here at 61, 62, 63, just to make a little extra, a little over $10. But this is not looking good. I'm trying to look at VIX and I'm trying to see if that's dropping. This candle's going to close in a couple of minutes. It would have been nice if this candle can close at or above 4038. It also kind of sucks that this is happening so close to lunchtime. My worry though is that when this candle closes and the next candle starts, it's going to be a strong red candle. The bears are going to start off with a hard push, try and push this down. Yep. We still haven't reclaimed 4040 yet, though. We are now at 4039, 4038, so this technically is 4038 right here, where my mouse is, so we need to get past this level. And we're also at VWAP on SPY, as you can see, so we need to get past that as well. I commend the bulls for pushing that through. I didn't think that was going to be easy. The question for me is, should I go ahead and exit at 68 and just take my $10 win? Just be glad that I have a positive for once? Or will I be burning myself by exiting too early? Because if bulls can reclaim 4040, then Adam Mancini's 4055 still in play. Then again, one of my rules is if I'm $10 in profit, I have to move my stop loss to where I would make at least $5 if it comes back against me. Look at that. Look at that powerful pushback. Wow. So yeah, if I had put my sell at 70, that would have worked. Bears are pushing back hard. Come on, don't pull back. I don't want my stop loss to be kicked in. Push higher, please. Let's take it to at least 78. That would be nice. We're still not down to that daily level yet on VIX, but we are making a new low for the day on VIX. We're pretty close to it. Damn it, damn it, damn it. It's pulling back. Instead of $10, I'm going to only get $5. At least I'll still be positive though. Come on, don't go lower. Don't go lower, please. Yeah, it's going to get filled. Should have sold at 68 or 69. And it's going to turn around now, of course. There it is. Of course. So the problem is, if I had taken my stop loss off, it could have gotten even lower, and then I'll go from being in profits to now in the negative. Yeah, I should have definitely put 70 as the sell. It would have been exactly a $10, no, it would have been an $11 profit on the day, and it would have paid for the commission. Mm. Nonetheless, what can I do? The better play would have been for me to get in at 50 here, and then to have exited at 70 or 69 up here. Uh-oh, that's another project I might have to do later. I don't quite know how to use that website that well. Well, the more I practice, the better I'll get, I guess. Um, Anyways, guys, I'm sorry, but that that cost most of my account. So even though it's a green, it's a pretty crappy green. I mean, it's a Subway sandwich green, but it's green. I follow my plan. It didn't go as smoothly as I would have liked. I should have remembered that my modification of MK strategy uses the 15 over the 5. MK strategy, and let's pull up a 5-minute. MK strategy is you don't trade before 10:30. So it's after 10:30. We've just formed a 5-minute demand. Actually, you know what? Now I realize this wouldn't have qualified for MK strategy. He probably still would have traded it though. I don't know. I wish I was part of the group and I can talk to him or one of his coaches. Oh, Coach Wendy. Yeah. Wow. Anyways, I lost my train of thought. So 3981. I mean, it's the same level whether it's a 15-minute or 10 or 5-minute. But 3981, he would have put his buy-in at 3991. So it almost made it there. Oh, no, it didn't. I'm sorry, I'm looking at my alert like a fool. Oh, look, it's turning around. Look at that. I should have been patient. There it is, back to 70. There it is. And you know what? It's going to keep pushing now and make its way to 4055. So I should have just trusted Adam Mancini's levels and just let it run. 71. Yeah. My lack of patience is a problem. It never really made it down to a point where that would require me to sell. I should have just sat back and let it run. Great. Now they pushed past it. Oh man. Now we're above 4040. And now VIX is turning back around because it was going back up. VIX. Now it's coming back down and it's going to make its way to that daily, and that's where I should have sold. I should have sold when this thing gets to the daily on VIX. Here. Down here. Ugh, I can't. It shows on my other chart clearer, but for this chart, I can't get it to zoom in properly. So yeah. Or at the very least, if I had just said to sell at 70 and been patient and waited, I would have really doubled my profits today. But going back to what I was saying before, this didn't quite make it back down to where MK would have gone long, but I have a feeling he probably still would have taken this long anyways, because we formed a new demand, 5-minute demand here. This didn't get retested enough either, but yeah. But today is technically still so far a choppy day, and I mean, this is just yeah, this is just chop. Oops, oops. But still, we retested the 4030 level that was tested this morning, the jump off point. It got tested again. And look, if I had chosen an in the money option, if I had the kind of funds to choose 398, this is where the demand was formed. Upon the retest here, we could have gotten in, sorry, I may have zoomed in a bit too much. We could have gotten in here. This is the retest at 310, or let's say $315. And then we could have sold here at 350. I know, not not a significant amount of profit for the money you're putting in, um, but it's still profit. Okay, that's enough. I'll update what's happening later on if anything significant happens, but I can't trade anymore. My account's already done. Um, Guys, I apologize. I just realized that this example I was showing here, if you had chosen in the money strike, it didn't seem like there was much of a change, right? It's because I didn't use today's expiration. That's the one advantage with ODTEs that happen in the money. So this is the 398, but that was Friday's expiration. So let's look at 398 today's expiration. Do you see the difference? So if we had gotten in at the retest, let's say we got in a little bit late and we got in at 165, right? And you got 10 options at 165. So I know it's pricey, $1,650. Still, if you had sold where I wanted to sell at 200, right? So take $2,000. Well, I'll probably want to sell really at 20, a little over 2000, 2001 or whatever. But anyways, let's say you sold at 2000, and look, it's coming back. It pushed back down, but it's a slow grind, but it's coming back up. And it may take a while, but this is going to make its way up to at least where it was this level here before. It might take a while, but it should get there. In any case, if you had gotten in here at 165, so 1650, $1,650, and you sold here at 201 to cover your 10 options, the $10 cost for the 10 options, then you would have made, 350 bucks, which seems like a small return for a $1,650 investment, but you're making 350 bucks in less than, what is this? This is 11:20 to like 11:30. Yeah, you're making 350 bucks in, less than 10 minutes. That's not bad. It's not bad. And, put it a different way, let's say you weren't poor. Let's say you had a fat account of $250,000 and you didn't buy 10 options. You bought 100. Well, now you've made $3,500 in less than 10 minutes. Yes, you would have to put in um what let me do the math. Let me see if I can brain it. You'd have to spend, what is this, $16,500? I think that's right, to make that $3,000. But let me go back to the option I was using before, though, just to see where I would be. Yeah, yeah. At no point did it ever come lower than where I got in. No, it did. It did here. But if I had a loose enough stop loss, I could have exited still at 70 and doubled my profits today. So instead of $5, it could have been $10. It still may well push higher. I mean, we still have more time in the day. I mean, it's still technically morning. But anyways, I have this project to do after all, so I gotta take care of this. Look at the theta decay. Let's zoom in a little bit more. No, let's put it to 1 minute. Okay, at 11:38, let me zoom in some more. At 11:38, the option was worth 11:38 right here. It got as high as 72, 73, 72. We're higher than we were before, right? You can see we're higher than we were before, and it's worth 70. So that's theta, man. The longer it takes for that price to push higher, your option is just going to decay in value because it's out of the money. And by $1, Adam Mancini, he hasn't tweeted in a while, but let me finish my point before I read his tweet. But if you go in the money, this is what I'm talking about. This is why the beauty of going in the money. You see, 1138, 1138, it was worth 204. All right, still worth, it's worth, a couple dollars more, but you didn't lose value. Theta doesn't hurt you if it's in the money. Theta can't hurt you. Stay in the money. They should make a scary movie about that. Um, oh, I forgot to do something. I gotta fix this. Look at it go. Look at it go. See, I should have trusted Adam and Sini's levels, man. I should have trusted that his levels. I mean, it still is taking. It wouldn't be a massive profit, but instead of 5, I could have made 10, and I would. That's better. So instead of being at, you know what? I just realized something. I say 5. I forget that it's technically 4 because I have to pay $1 in commission. So you saw I was at $70. I only made, let's see how much I officially made. It's probably less than $4, sadly. It is $4. But I swear, I really wish Thinkorswim, especially considering that I've been using their product for the longest time. Exactly. Although I admit I haven't been speaking highly about Thinkorswim, but dude, they should be lowering my commission costs, man. I remember somebody saying you can do it, you can call them and ask them to do it, but supposedly they would only do it if you have like a really large account and you've been, trading large sums of money. Like if I had $100,000 account and every one of my trades have been like 100 options and not 1, 2, whatever options. But let's go ahead and read Adam Mancini's tweet. And let me just take off these alerts. Okay, with ES squeezing 65 points, it's key to zoom out from the noise to the core higher time frame pattern to recall why. As opposed to Saturday, ES built a 1 month bullish inverse head and shoulders. Yeah, I want to look at this again because it took me a while to see that. It just, I have trouble, still have trouble seeing it, but it looks clear, I think, on a 96 hour. So left shoulder, head, this like the crown of Sauron upside down, and shoulder. I think the neckline would be here, but we really, yeah, yeah, he says it. The neckline is 40, wait, no, 4055, no, hold on, where's the neckline? 405570 remains the neckline. What? 4055? That's the neckline? I'm confused. Ah. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to see this. I thought 4,000 was the neckline. So that's why I'm confused. How can 4055 be the neckline? Well, I guess the neckline is usually where the head. You know what? I don't know. I don't know. Um, Anyways, regardless, price is pushing higher. Now we're at 75. This is gonna, what, if I had, my plan would have been to sell once we got to this daily on VIX, and we're almost there. So if I held a little bit longer, if this pushes up a little bit higher, I could have sold actually at 78 when I got in at 58. And that would have been a $20 win for the day, which would be much better than the measly $4 I made. It just requires patience and hope that it pushes through. Now remember, this was our supply from earlier today. So that's the other issue. In fact, having seen this, I probably would just sell here and just take the $15 profit instead of going for 20. It may still break through, but this supply is going to be an issue. And we're just above. I'm going to have to see how I can zoom in. It just annoys me that it seems to insist on keeping it down here. I just don't understand the way this chart works, man. Um, and even if I zoom out and then try and zoom in, okay, here we go. So on a daily, it shows that we're right there. If I try 1030, it still pushes it way down here, but you can still see we're almost at the daily. So this would be a good time to sell. But yeah, there it is, 78. There it is. So had I been patient and waited, I could have sold at 78 and made 20 bucks. And better yet, if I had gotten in, let me take this off. If I had gotten in at, and again, instead of using a 10 point, which would be 91, if I had used a 20 point, which is 101, I could have gotten in here. I doubt it would have been $50. I would have gotten, I probably would have gotten in at 53, 54, maybe even 55. But it's better than the 58 that I got in. And yeah, if I exited here, if this makes it up higher, we're 10 points away from 4055. If this makes it up to 4055, like Adam Mancini says, then this is going to be worth like maybe $95, $105. And that would have been close to doubling my account. All right, I'll be back. Okay, I'm looking at Adam Mancini's tweet. He posted I'll probably be better seeing. I could probably see this better if I looked at the newsletter, but I think I may get it here. This is the neckline, I believe. I'm going to try and pick a color that would help. I don't know. Um, Whatever. No, I use purple too much. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Let's get a bright orange. Okay, I think that's the neckline. No? Well, it's not, because he just said the neckline is. I'm so confused. No, he says 4055 remains. No, 405570 remains the neckline. So this isn't it. Damn it, I thought it looks like it looks like I did it correctly. It's matching what he has. Oh my god. Okay, let's try and zoom in and see if it looks different. I got another project. Yeah, I don't know. I can't get this neckline to line up properly. All right. Okay, so look, we had a quick sell-off on the end of this candle, but look where we bounced. No coincidence, right at 4040. Bulls reclaimed it, they don't want to lose it again, and they're going to push this back up. Meaning, if I never sold my position, I still have my position at 58, and I had a loose enough stop loss, let's say about, $10. I would, when I got back in, whenever it was here, my stop loss still wouldn't have kicked in. It still would be safe. I still be in a position, and look at this. Just like that, in less than a few minutes, you can see right here, we dropped down at 12:07. We're back up again. Well, 8 minutes. So my stop loss, my position still would have been safe as long as I put a loose enough stop loss. And if the bulls can push this up to at least close, although honestly, I probably would have sold at 78. If I sold at 78 and made 20 bucks, I would have been quite content. Quite content. That would bring it back to $90, and that's something. But I tried looking for the neckline again, but I realized that it probably would show better if I was using TradingView. So, but again, it's hard when I only have a laptop and then one other screen and this iPad, which really isn't doing me much good today. To Sometimes what I do is I look at my TradingView and iPad, but I have both my ES and my SPY like this side by side. Now, this isn't that bad on a laptop. And my laptop's not really small. I guess 15 inches. I don't know. Maybe that is small. Or is this 12 inches? I don't remember. It's probably 12. But an iPad is even smaller. But then again, there are people like Kpax who says that they only trade using their cell phone. So I don't know. My point is, if I want to look at different charts, I can only fit so much on here. But anyways, I have another project to finish, so and this video is probably long enough as it is for a $3 damn gain for the day. Which again, I'm just happy to be green, so I don't want to complain. I know this is gonna be a long video today, guys. I'm sorry. But I wanted to point out that you see we're grinding, we're having trouble getting up a little bit higher than this. Having trouble getting up to the 4055, and that likely is because on VIX we're still trying to grind below that daily that I can't seem to show properly. I don't know if this shows on, even if I make the screen bigger, it's thinkorswim. I can't. But yeah, we're trying to grind below this, and it looks like we rejected and bounced off of this SMA, and we're squeezing between this. We're probably going to squeeze between this. We're probably going to squeeze between this SMA and the daily before it finally shoots below the daily. What worries me though is that, like I said before, we are pretty much at a low point on the VIX. Let's zoom out to a 364 hour. Oh, yeah, and the low, well, the really big low was, when was this? Oh wow, that's November of 2021. I bet you it's probably lower than that. Let me go to 3 year, 1 week. I know my time frames are kind of crappy. That is interesting that in November it was this low, especially considering that, oh no, this is, well, these are weeks. So this was July 28th of what year? This is a 3 year, 23, 22, so 21. That's the lowest VIX has been. But let's just look at this past year. The lowest was back in February, which is odd. But yeah, I would like to see VIX drop a little bit of a correction to cool off. But anyways, yeah, I'm sorry, this video is already too long. If we do make it to what level is this? I should mark this one too, since this is on SPY, and this is 4045. Yeah, I'm glad I'm starting to mark the levels on SPY so I can know. So for now, 4045 seems to be our resistance point. The highest we got on ES this morning was 4047. So 4047 is equivalent to 400. And I guess this is probably also a psychological level, I guess, the 400. So anyways, yeah, there we go. Long story though, if I had chosen, short story, or the short version of this, if I had chosen to go long here at the retest, if I had put my buy-in like right here at the retest of 4030, not using any of MK strategy really, but just using Adabansini strategy, and I'm pretty sure 4030 was a level on his on a newsletter before. But nonetheless, we saw that it bounced there before pre-market. We could have gotten in at say 48, and we could have sold at 78 and made 30 bucks on option, 310 options. And I think 480 bucks with a $300 profit is pretty decent. It's not 100%, but that's pretty damn good. So, anyways, I know, I'm sorry, another update. We had a rejection from the 4045 area, and a pretty hard rejection, and we slammed back down to, 4040 on the VIX. I know I can't zoom in and show it without it coming off the screen and this thing just messing up, but we got very close to the daily. My daily's at 19.07. We got to 19.09. I hope this shows on YouTube. I don't know. I know on my TV, my YouTube kind of goes off the sides and doesn't fully show. So, but we did get the rejection. We're coming back down, but it looks like we almost made it to the 4 hour and we're rejecting. So one could have gotten in here at 50 and sold here at 70 with ES bouncing again here pretty strongly and going back up to 4045, all in just one candle. I think it is interesting though, when you consider the theta decay, that earlier today, when it came all the way down here, it was worth $45. Now, because of theta decay coming back down here, it's worth $45, $50. And we've got 3 hours left. Excuse me, so the market closes. I may have to use a pre-workout today. Oh look, we're already at 80 and we're about to make a new high, so this is gonna push the rest of the day. We're probably gonna see 4055, which is the next target for Adam Mancini, like he said. And I think that's gonna be a major target, so we're gonna cool off there, so that may be a strong rejection, or we're just gonna chop under that level between 4040 and 4055 for a while. But this would have been a good trade right here, man. And look, we formed a demand. Of course, it didn't get retested. But one could argue that previous resistance is now, well, no, this is too big of a gap. Yeah. However, I'm sure MK strategy, it probably retested. Let's see if it formed a 5-minute demand formed here. And I guess this could be technically the retest. The demand was formed at, looks like 39.66, and 39.76 would have been 10 cents above right here. So yeah, you can call this a retest and take this long. So from 50 to 80, this is good. And if you had taken this with 10 options, that's 300 bucks in just a few minutes. Anyways, all right. Okay, so we reached as high as this 1 hour that I had from a long time ago. This is equivalent to ES's 4049. So we came very close to Adam Mancini's 4055. So I'm going to adjust this 1 hour. I'm still going to have 1 hour. Okay, 4049. And then a pretty strong rejection from there, but I think I mentioned the rejection from before in another video. Didn't I? I thought I did. In any case, the best rejection for today though was here, but this was never a retest. And I don't think even it tested. Yes, I'm sorry. This is the 5-minute. This is the 5-minute. I'm gonna put it back on our 15. So no, I was talking about this rejection here. But anyways, once again, we got our bounce at 4040. We made it almost to 4055, which is the target. So just a few dollars off for Adam Mancini's target, and then formed a supply, and bam, we're going back down. Once again, we're at 4040, 4030, and you know, I have to say, the market gave me what I wanted. I wanted a pullback. I wanted it to come back to at least 4030, or preferably I wanted a quick spike down to 4025 and a quick recovery. We didn't get that, but we did get the bounce at 4030. Demand was formed, retested, and went. Had I been patient, this was the option I was using before. I got in at 58. Had I been patient, I could have sold at, I guess the peak is 88. So I could have made 30 bucks today, but I would have to have been willing to be in the negative by as much as $10, it looks like. Now, Animatini did tweet. Let's read his tweet. The grind in ES continues, triggered by yesterday's trap failed breakdown under 4K as posted. Almost all moves start with a trap like this. 405560 was my first target today and 5 points off so far. Spot for basing. I'm sorry. For some reason, when I talk, when I read, and when I count, I yawn. Spot for basing before 4070, 4038, and 4027 are now pullback supports. Okay, so let's adjust. We'll still keep 4030, so that's 4027 and 4038, which we have as 4040 support here. So that's still there. Let me just change this. Hopefully this will hold, but I don't know. It may spike down below and come back up. Why do I have this? I forget. Oh, that was my previous resistance. We broke that and created new resistance here, but my 1 hour, which is also confluent with 4049. Oh, let's look at VIX. VIX has done a full return after peaking here. We've dropped back down here. And you know what? I think I'm going to adjust this 4 hour right here. Yeah, okay. So, bulls don't want this to drop any or go any higher. But anyways, that's my update for now. Okay, this is going to be my last update because I'm going to try and sneak out a bit earlier than normal. Actually, more than a bit, I have to admit. Because I want to try and work out today, and it's going to be an intense workout. Then go and see if I can get some groceries and come home and crash. Yeah, I'm going to try and leave like in a half an hour. So, check this out. MK strategy, Adamentini levels. Again, if I had enough money to make another trade, which I don't, and I'm pretty depressed that I traded so early, but you know, you see opportunity, you take it. You don't assume there's going to be other opportunities. But after this hard sell-off, and I think that was the last video I made, check this out on VIX. We went right back to the 4 hour. I don't know if I really would call this a clean supply, but nonetheless, supply was made, rejection on SPY. New demand formed right above support. Demand retested. I mean, this is a pretty intense retest, but I've been seeing this lately is happening. One could argue this is a small head and shoulders, and bam, just rally. So this candle started at 1400. So let's assume this is the bottom of that candle right here. And you can even look at this candle. Let's look at this candle, the retest at 1415. So this got to be here, 1419. So this is the bottom of that candle. So we could have gotten in here at 31, you know, although we probably would have put our buy-in higher than that. So it would have been like 40. Either way, it's pushed past this level. We've gotten past 4049. We're at 4051. And we're about to hit, or we did hit this weekly level I have here. And I guess, I'm going to guess this is equivalent to 4055. Yeah, definitely. And we're going to push right up until the end. There we go, 4052. So yeah, this is a little bit below 4055. So if you had gotten in here on the retest at 35, 40, 45, whatever, you could have sold at 85, made 100% of your profits, or hold out a little bit longer and see if this will push up to 95, which it may do. And on the VIX, we've returned here, and we're coming back down to the daily again. So yeah, had I waited, and I'm almost seeing like a channel forming up here, but anyways, had I waited for another opportunity, I could have gotten in again. There's a demand zone formed here, a demand zone formed here, retested for a new demand here, and this would have been a good play right here. So trust in Adam has seen these levels. As long as 4039, 4038 held, here we go, 4040, we're going to make our way up. Yeah, all right, last video for the day. I'll have to post this when I get back from working out.